Hello there, Aquarius. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, medium, and an empath. This reading's going to be for Aquarius for January of 2018. Happy New Year, Aquarius, and I am so glad that 2017 is gone. I'm telling all the signs that this was 2017 was the fastest year of my life I ever spent in slow motion. I don't even know how to explain that, but I'm glad it's back there and not right here in front of us for right now. And that's the truth. Well, I got a little announcement to make before we start, and that's that the prayer class is still on sale till the end of December. It may go a couple more days after that. I'm not sure, maybe 2 or 3. But if anybody wants to get it at the sale price, it's out there. It's a long class. It's 2.5 hours long, explaining how you set the prayers together to manifest for mediumship, to develop your clear perceptions, and basically move you forward if you're interested in this kind of work. And it has all the basic structure there that anything you can think of, and there's a little short video on it, so go watch it if you're interested in it. The other thing is, yeah, I think I did tell you it's going to be probably take a couple days later before it goes off of the sale. Anyway, what I've done for us is I pulled 4 cards for the month, and we'll use the bottom card on the deck for the overall view. Pull an angel card at the end of the reading. Hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, because I'm an empath, I have a speech pattern. Speak as if I'm you. All of us Aquariuses are now named Frankie for the time of this reading. I advise you look at your moon sign and rising sign. You get a more comprehensive, bigger view of the month by using all 3 of those together. If you know your time of birth, you can go look it up on any of the astrology sites and get all the rest of the information. I don't think these cards are going to go week by week. I believe they're going to blend in and out throughout the month for us. Now, because I'm not an astrologer, I looked up the astrology for us for the month, and it's going to be in our 12th house. The dustbin of the horoscope cracks me up when I read that. It's all about confidential matters, investigation, self-analysis, all of your charitable acts, institutions, any place of confinement like hospitals, jails, mental institution, any place where you would be confined behind doors, closed doors. It's all of our hidden weaknesses, the things we don't want anyone to see, but it also is our hidden strengths, and it's the house of karma where we sweep everything in there we're not quite ready to look at yet. And I don't know where it's going to come in your chart. We're all individual Aquariuses, but there you go. That's what we're dealing with for this month. And I got a message for you before I start here. And the message is and a couple of the signs got it like zip your lip, but there's a energetics that's around this month. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's an energetics of quarreling or quarrelsome things. I don't know. What I want to say to us, Aquarius, is if there's a really heated discussion about something, whatever it is, political, family discussion, this, that, the other thing, make sure that we are of the cooler heads or we don't become involved in it. Period. Because people this sometimes get, well, it feels stronger this month, like that tendency to just go in and dig in with like somebody pulling you through half-set concrete. And I have an opinion and it's not changing. And all that does is slow us all down if we're in the middle of the discussion, so we don't get the things to move as fast as what we would need them to move because of all this different opinions and arguing, you know. I think if I was totally in it, one of those discussions, I think I would like totally back out and watch everybody dig their heels in and not be moved and just look around and see what is my opinion and what is the consensus and stay in that place of peace and calm, you know, and because I don't want to, the worst thing I could do for myself is to lose my idealism and my faith this month. That's just how it feels. Now we have a couple words here before we start. Is obedience. I don't know what we're supposed to be obedient to, but obedience, support, enthusiasm, harmony, and honesty. And I gotta tell you here, I'm looking down at these cards and I think some of us Aquariuses are going through a rough time. That's why I'm telling us, look at your moon sign and your rising sign also, you know. Um, don't let anything discouraging creep in, hold us back, you know. I do know the best thing is duty comes first with that word, obedience, and maybe there's people that we need to help or serve this month, you know, but if we're worried about something, figure it out. Find the cause for it. Why is it worrying us? You know? Because our first card here is the Queen of Swords. And, you know, I was thinking about what the Queen of Swords means, but Queen of Swords is Aquarius. This is air sign energy. That would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, us. We showed up in our own reading. She doesn't have to be a female. I get so tired of having to say that. Sorry, Aquarius. Just because she's a queen. She could be a male too. She can be someone that's coming into our lives, or she can be us showing up in our own reading. She is the emotional component of the mental energy of the King of Swords. She carries the emotion, the impact. Usually she's seated on a throne and this sword is right out in front of her. She has a rope around her wrist that she has chopped off. What it means is it's the Queen of Swords represents loss, bereavement, separation, and it represents the spiritual strength to carry on. Spiritual strength to carry on if we have experienced a rough time, you know, where we felt like there was no one that could support us. The Queen of Swords can stand on her own. She's well adjusted. If anything comes at her and it's trying or troubling, she moves right through it. Usually, like I said, she has that sword in front of her and she has her hand out like, come on. And if anything's going to get in her way, she has that sword right out in front of her. Come on. It's like, come over here. You have a choice. I can tap you on the head, right? And I can bestow your knighthood. Or you have a choice and I could chop off the same head I was going to give the knighthood to. She's not a harsh energy. She's a clear-cut energy. Remember, she's of the mental realm. So if some of us are going through a trying time, she would be this could be us. She's standing there, but these are general readings. We would move through and past whatever has been trying us. We can do that with enthusiasm, our word support, and she always maintains harmony. Remember, swords are truth. That's our word, honesty. Honesty. Truth and honesty, they're the same thing. They go hand in hand. I believe they go with trust. We can always trust the Queen of Swords for wise advice if she is not us this month. If she is someone that's coming in or stepping in to help us, she would have that total control of her emotions in order to support us and help us make wise choices, wise decisions in order to be able to move forward. The Queen of Swords is wholly spiritual. Holy, like as WH, like that kind of holy. Holy spiritual. She is, in and of herself, I think, one of the strongest cards in the deck. So, if you don't feel strong or you don't feel supported, be obedient to your internal Queen of Swords, because this card is us. So whatever it is that has been, we're adjusting to, let me put it that way, general readings, whatever it is that we're adjusting to, just know that she is wholly spiritual. The other side of this, we go through and we are even twice as determined and enthusiastic and better than we ever were to begin with. Or she can be, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, man or woman, coming into our lives to help us and to serve us. She's wise beyond measure, and she has already suffered her own trials and tribulations. She can be a single woman also with power and authority that may be stepping in to help us. She could be a single woman with power and authority that's coming into our lives maybe because they're going to partner up with us also, because there's support, harmony here. And we are in harmony with this Queen of Swords energy. So if we're going through a bad time, we're getting through it. End of the story. It's in our 12th house. I know that could be a little rugged. Maybe some of us are going in looking at all this karma crap or whatever, that's been happening to us and sorting through it, cleaning out the thing, sweeping up the closet and tossing it out in the trash this month. So it was an investigation and self-analysis. Is our next card. Here is the Four of Cups. This is the card of apathy, is what they call it. I'm sitting, look, that poor guy. He'd been sitting there so long, just staring at nothing, with those three full nice cups right beside him, that leaves are growing out his head. Aquarius, we need to get out of that mode. When I look up this card, though, and this is the truth, every time I hold this card, I've never actually seen it as a card of apathy. So if we've suffered something that's been trying, right, with this Queen of Swords, this card to me is the fresh beginning. Believe it or not, all he has to do is reach out. And this is the hand of the source coming forth with a full cup of my wishes and my dreams fulfilled. This card brings harmony, balance. When I take this cup, all these three full cups are mine to enjoy also. So when I see this cup, this card, be honest with yourself and say, what do I want in my life? Especially if there has been any kind of suffering. Maybe I've been forced to be obedient to somebody and I'm daydreaming about what would it be like to get out of this crazy relationship I'm in. This comes like in all areas of our lives. If the Queen of Swords is, going to, the lady delivering the severance pay from my job and I just lost it, don't go into that space. Don't go into this space without knowing there's a cup there that I can fill, that the source is giving to me freely. I am obedient to my intuition. I hold out my hand. I accept the cup. And I shake all these leaves off my head because they're just like boring me. I can't even see the sunlight that's right in front of me. So I don't know what some of us are going through. And they did say duty comes first, right? So maybe we're having to do something right now that we really don't want to. But don't let any self-doubt or being discouraged put us into this mode where it's apathetic and not fruitful, right? We want it to be fruitful, and this can be used as a time of manifestation of that which we are enthusiastic about, that which we honestly want, that which will bring harmony into our lives, that which will support us, all of our words, that which is our obedience to our intuition. What am I going to fill my cup with? It's that simple. Next card is the Ace of Pentacles. Now, how much simpler could Spirit have made it for us? This is the support we are asking for, too. This is financial. We get that Ace of Pentacles, right? With her together, everything is working out to our benefit. This is funds coming in, fresh new starts, new beginnings, almost always. Financially wise, you have this beautiful red rose here. If I was going forward, like I wanted to develop another love relationship, here's the red rose being gifted to me. Here's a nice little bouquet of flowers over here being gifted to me. Money coming to me through the source, through a new endeavor. You know, we have that cup we want to fill. This is forward motion on anything that can produce for me financially, right? And it goes very well when you see the Queen of Swords with this. So maybe it's come in different areas. Maybe I've just went through separation or a loss. This is the alimony that's coming. Maybe I lost my job. This is the new job that's coming to me. What is it I want in that new job? Do I want a new relationship? What do I want to put in that cup? Perhaps maybe I want to put a new house for myself in that cup because there's going to be enough money for it, you know? Sometimes there's some fishy things that can happen because as far as what I'm concerned, the next card is the Page of Swords. Now that's still air sign energy. You know, actually, if we think about him, you know, he could be us too, male or female, because twice showing up in our own reading, because he's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius too, you know, a younger, more immature energy. The Page of Swords is kind of a little bit knee-jerk, is what I think of him when I see him all the time, you know, but it actually can be a really good energy if it's used appropriately, because it can mean, he keeps showing up a lot, but in my mind with this reading, he can mean that I am developing a new thought or a new way of living, and that feels very relevant. It won't be relevant for all because we're all different Aquariuses, but he can mean new mental activity for us, new belief system, new thought form, you know. He's a messenger. It could be a message about something new I want to take on, to believe in, you know, or a message about where I want to go forward for some of us. For others of us, he can be that knee jerk. He can be someone, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, showing up, you know, maybe our kid, because he carries the energetics of risk. Sometimes when we change our lives, that's a little risky, but remember we have that word, support, harmony, and honesty. That now with obedience and the Page of Swords, for other of us Aquarius, this could be maybe our son or daughter coming into the picture and they've done something foolish. Always think of, they failed their exam at school, you know, and this is going to put them back. Or they are doing risky behavior, you know, and that's got them in trouble, you know, with the law or other ways, you know, with this type of energy there. Either way, we don't want this to be us. You know, we, we don't want to be an immature Queen of Swords. We want to be the mature Queen of Swords. Because this page is a messenger, and he can carry a message of something not so hot that it can be a younger person did. Now, if I was thinking of this Queen of Swords as a divorce, he could be my ex, and I'm divorcing him because he was doing something very risky behavior, and I just couldn't support it, didn't want to be involved in it, and kicked his butt to the curb, him or her butt to the curb. This can be that we're going to get a message that something, or someone, could be totally outside of us because these are general reading. Be the neighbor down the street's kid got in trouble, for drinking and drugging or something like that. He carries that type of energy. The other thing he carries is cockiness. And we don't want to be this Page of Swords. Remember, the cards can go both ways, and we're Aquarius. We don't want to get into the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords holds that sword in front of him. He's so sure of himself, he thinks he can cut down anyone who gets in his path. And it's that cocky energy that usually busts his butt. Okay, Aquarius? If it's somebody else outside of us, if it's our kid, we might want to know that this may be coming at us. These are general readings. Maybe we've been trying to make him or her be obedient to the rules of the home, and then there's just that one more time, and they finally got their butts busted, and we have to be the Queen of Swords because we're not spending our pentacles. We're not spending our pentacles helping them. We warned them, warned them, warned them. We kept supporting them, supporting them, and supporting them. They didn't listen to us, so therefore we have curbed our enthusiasm, and we are stepping back out of being in harmony with just letting the kid run the streets, or the husband or wife, whoever this page represents to us, whatever it represents to us, we are no longer supporting it. It can go either way in our lives, so you'll have to pick where this fits. Maybe if it was work and we lost the job, Page of Swords energy, was the cockiness of the boss when they said, well, we're letting go, whoever, right before Christmas or something. Isn't that how it works? Kills me every year. You see, oh, such and such laid off, 9,000 people, and it's like 2 days before Christmas. It's like, talk about timing, people. Anyhow, our next card's the Five of Swords. Change is coming to us, Aquarius, right? Do we actually don't need to fight this? We don't want to fight this change. Notice all of these swords are here on the ground. We are the one that is holding them, and all of the other ones have been dropped, right? And presented to us. The people that were causing the shift or the trouble have moved on or moved away from us, and we still hold this. The card actually means to me that the change is coming no matter what. The reading is like preparation for the change. So instead of being like fighty kind of energy, to me this card this time feels like the energetics of calm. I have come through the war. I have won. And I am accepting of the change that came with it, and I do it harmoniously. I'm going to pull this little hood off of my head here. Whoops, I'm throwing my cards everywhere. I'm going to pull this little hood off of my head. I'm going to look up here and note the light, which I'm taking off here, and it was a long, hard battle. but I have learned so much. I've learned so much that now I can enthusiastically go in, right, and open the door of that 12,000, clean out all the dust, and we've made it through. Honestly, it may not have been easy for all of us, but we're on the other side of it with that Five of Swords there, Aquarius. So enjoy the spoils, but don't get cocky about it. We've lucked out. I think it's an excellent reading. You know, it's kind of like there might be some rock and roll here. What was our word? Honestly, Aquarius, our angel card is be honest with yourself. Nobody knows what's in our 12,000. Let's go in there and clean it out before they find out about it. There you go. I can't believe these angel cards. Sometimes it's like, really? You know, you can't even make it up. It says, be honest with yourself. Look into your heart and you will know the truth of this situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support and guide you through any necessary changes. Wow. Boy, Aquarius, lean upon us for courage and the strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon your true desires. That's our Four of Cups there. And they will come to you upon angels' wings. Wow, Aquarius, we are so blessed this month. May not feel like it when I'm flipping through the pages to find be honest with yourself. Where I stop says blessing in disguise. Kind of interesting. The rest of it says you receive this card as a gentle confrontation because your angels know you've been hiding from your true feelings. You've probably been afraid that if you admitted how you honestly felt, that honesty's slapping us at every turn, isn't it? You'd be overwhelmed with feelings and faced with making some necessary changes that you feel unprepared for. And that's our card of apathy and the Five of Swords. But we are ready now. Yet the angels assure you that it's healthiest to face this situation with honesty. They will help you with your emotions, your relationships, and any support you need to make positive changes. However, the angels remind you to focus only upon your desires and not upon your fears, so that you can attract the former and not the latter. That's our Ace of Pentacles and our Four Cups here. The situation will improve when you face it squarely. You deserve better. Trust your own feelings, even if others don't agree. That's our Five of Swords. Don't give away your power to others. Avoid getting caught up in the illusion that this is the way it is, because we have this cup. This is not the way it is. We're standing in the Queen of Swords energy. Well, Aquarius, that's our reading for January. I want to tell y'all, thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes, and your comments. I read each and every one. I don't get a lot of time to write you back, but I wanted you to know that I read them all. And if anybody wants to know more about me or wants to nab about me, all the information is over there at the website. It's down below the screen. Or if you need to set an appointment with me, all of the information to do that is over there at the website. And to everybody I've met through doing these YouTube readings, and all of you I've met through doing 28 years of readings, it's been an honor and a privilege to serve each and every one of you. And hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.